Thank you, Presiding Officer. First of all, I'd like to remind the Chamber that my wife works part-time for CalMac. I'd also like to welcome Fiona Islip to her new role in the Scottish Government, and also the new responsibility that the Cabinet Secretary has for transport also. Presiding Officer, this debate is timely, and I do want to put on record my considerations for the local MSP Alistair Allen and his representations to the Scottish Government for his constituents. That, like all constituency MSPs, our first priority is to our constituents, and that is what Alistair Allen has consistently done throughout this particular situation. Nobody is in doubt of the significant distress and difficulty that ferry disruption has had on island communities and the economies. When you have a reported third of the community demonstrating to highlight their plight, it's obvious that there is a problem that needs to be addressed. On the fair question of compensation, the Scottish Government is carefully considering the best option for the resilience of island economies. And the Compensation Fund has not been introduced for the reason that money is already deducted from CalMac and penalties and fines and reinvested back into the resilience of the network. The chartering of the MV Alfred from Pentland Ferries, for example, has been part-funded by CalMac's performance deductions. The First Minister actually highlighted this at First Minister's questions very recently. And the motion from the opposition talks about the funds. Now, the challenge with this is where the money would actually come from, as the penalties are already being reinvested back into the system. Now certainly, CalMac removing a service for 1 month at the busiest time of the year is certainly not going to be positive for the South Uist economy. And I know that Alistair Allen has previously written to the Scottish Government expressing the concerns and issues of his constituents and also the local businesses accordingly. Presiding Officer, I accept that CalMac, CMAL and the Scottish Government are facing a massive challenge when faced with this present situation. Indeed, CMAL is on record as having looked at and also considered over 650 ships over a 5-year period to actually bring into the fleet. In addition, the Scottish Government has bought and deployed an additional vessel in the MV Loch Freesia, chartered MV Arrow to provide additional resilience and capacity, made significant progress in the construction of vessels 801 and 802, commissioned 2 new vessels for Islay, commissioned 2 new vessels for the Little Minch routes, progressed investment in key ports and harbours, and confirmed additional revenue funding for the operation of local authority inter-island ferry services. The investment in ports and harbours is hugely important, and the job that CMAL are undertaking here is absolutely vital to help provide the public ferry service network that I'm sure that actually we all want to see. The Minister's amendment highlights a few areas that I believe are important in this debate, and the part in the amendment I believe is crucial, and that is, and I quote, "and address concerns that have been raised around CalMac's route prioritisation matrix to ensure that it is reviewed with input from communities and that it considers the economic impact to fragile island communities." For one area to be the go-to location with regular occurrence from CalMac to see a reduced service is, in my opinion, wrong. There clearly needs to be a wide range of factors involved in this matrix, and the review of these are absolutely imperative. So the quicker this happens, the better. So in conclusion, Presiding Officer, I want to see our ferry service improve, and the sooner the additional ferries come onto the fleet, the better, and they will certainly help with the resilience in the service. But the immediate priority must be to help Uist. Thank you.